Hi, I'm Dayan, and this is an update on the Canadian travel restrictions for COPR holders, international students, and temporary workers. On March 16th, the Prime Minister announced travel restrictions to protect Canada from the coronavirus disease, with some exemptions. Initially, the exemptions basically allowed only Canadian citizens, permanent residents, and their families. On March 20th, the Canadian government explained that people who have been granted a COPR on or before March 18th, international students who held a valid Canadian study permit or were issued a letter of invitation on or before March 18th, and temporary workers would be exempted as well, but only when the government specifically announces the said exemption. This was a very good news for people who were very close to the expiry of their visas. On March 26th, the Canadian government officially announced that COPR holders, international students, and temporary workers can now enter Canada. There are a few things you should keep in mind before booking your flight. Under the Quarantine Act, the Canadian government has made it mandatory to isolate yourself for 14 days after you land in Canada, even if you do not have any symptoms of the coronavirus disease. The government has made it clear that those who do not comply with the 14 days self-isolation requirement could face fines up to 750,000 Canadian dollars and or 6 months of imprisonment. They will be conducting spot checks to ensure compliance to this requirement. This means that COPR holders who plan to land in Canada, get their PR, and return to their home countries would have to waste 14 days in self-isolation doing nothing. On the other hand, COPR holders who decide to move to Canada permanently in one go could have a hard time settling in and finding employment due to the economic slowdown. So choose wisely and be extra careful if you're traveling with kids. Even the Canadian government recommends that people exempted should not immediately try to travel to Canada considering the global situation. Questions? Feel free to ask in the comments below.